One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides on two wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar. Insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow. He takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he pays his way. More legend in the making, day by day.
Oh boy, everyone loves Topless Taco Tuesday, man. We all just can't get enough of it. Much love, honor, respect to everybody this morning, man. Good to see everyone. Good to see everyone. We guys, real quick, before the show even started, we got Gorilla Biscuits, my man, coming in with 2 memberships, man. I very much appreciate you gifting them out to the community. It doesn't only help me, it helps someone in the community as well, man. And so I'm very appreciative and honored by your contributions, kind sirs. So thank you for that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a wild morning. I didn't think originally we were going to have a wild morning like we are, but we definitely are. I kind of caught on a little late this morning, but I found out everything, got it all queued up, ready to go. Real quick, Carney's Ride coming in and dropping it like it's hot as well, my man. Very much appreciate you, kind sir. Great show this morning, by the way, as always. Thank you for the gifted membership, kind sir. So today we have breaking news. As of 4 hours ago, Netanyahu reportedly approves a plan to occupy Gaza. And then we're going to be seeing some of these live images over there, the Palestinians scrambling for aid. And then as well as we're going to be going into something that is not being talked about in the mainstream media yet. It will, but it's just not yet. About an hour ago, Russia attacks a railway hub in Kharkiv. I don't know how you say it. Kharkiv. I don't know how you say it. Region with 34 drones. So I have those images as well. New house map. We're talking about Texas over there. New house map spark political dispute in Texas. And of course, the Democrats fled. And so we have some update on that, as well as Russian oil causes relations between the U.S. and India to strain. And that is going to be interesting because it's not only funding a different war, meaning Putin's war, but at the same time, it's interesting because it's BRICS, and that's what we're fighting against, is BRICS versus the U.S. dollar, right? So that's kind of a weird strain there. Then we also have, 3 hours ago, a registered sex offender accused of groping a teen on Spirit flight from Indianapolis to Orlando, and they spun the, I think they spun the plane around, or as soon as they landed, they were getting the dude. You know, they were ready for it. And then last but not least, for the entirety of the show, Texas redistricting standoff continues, and I have that update as of 50 minutes ago. So, before we get into the madness, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys come in and hit that like button. Get the likes up. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe because it's also free. But this is the money part. Please consider becoming a member starting at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody. But this is how we get to speak the way that we do. We're not funded by advertisement and all this shit. You would think that would be awesome, but no, we don't do that over here. We make like 130, 140, 150 bucks a month off of ads. Yeah, that's not reliable or sustainable for any YouTuber. I'm just being honest. But we don't say crazy radical shit to get views. We're 100% funded by you guys here in the Breakfast Club looking for truth. You know what I mean? Little side note, follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes and not only my life, but as well as the show, Millennial Food Time, breaking news, personal shit, all right there, man. So make sure you guys follow me. We also have a Discord if you guys aren't interested or haven't shown interest yet. Well, we have it right here. Naomi's dropping it into the chat. If you guys are watching this on the playback, go into the link in the description box down below of every video. It's there. So make sure you guys join up into the Discord because that's where we're all hanging out, man. And also, speaking of Discord, I have a donation goal right now I think the teal colors. If we get 10 teal colored super chats, which I think is $5 and up or whatever, then we'll go ahead and do a Discord movie night, where we can all hang out, vibe out, have some popcorn, whatever. Anyways, last but not least, every super chat, super sticker, gift and membership signups, all of these things are, of course, going to be shouted out and presented live onto the show. But if you'd like to skip that YouTube 30% brutal cut that they take from our hard-earned cash, we have this right here, scrolling for the remainder of the platform, or remainder for the show, these platforms right here. I have it lined up on my phone. So if anything comes through, I will definitely be able to call it out and shout you out immediately. So, anyways, appreciate everyone coming in, hanging out with us this morning. Let's go ahead and do a quick little shout out. We got a lot to get through, so we're going to try to do this quick as possible, man. We got Papa Penguin up in the building, man. Good to see you, as well as Mark, Brother Steve, man. Appreciate you guys so much for hanging out with us. We got Carney as well as Path Killer, my man. Good to see you, a Sick Bastard, my man. Good to see you. Good show this morning as well. We got Prez, my man. Appreciate you for hanging out with us as well. We got Naomi in the building. She's always helping. I appreciate her in her contributions to the channel as well, man. So, and also, wow, Papa Penguin coming in with the 5 gifted memberships, yo. Bro, he's getting down with the bad self, man. I very much appreciate that, kind sir. It goes a long way. Right now, we're up to a total of 8 members on this live stream already, man. I'm very honored by that. Thank you guys. We got Brother Slim as well, man, and Brother Warland. Good to see you guys. Good morning to you guys. Christopher Collins, good morning, good morning. All right. Happy Topless Taco Tuesday to everybody. Now we're going to go into the breaking news. This was as 3-4 hours ago. This was breaking, and they actually updated the headline because they were talking about this thing. Apparently, Netanyahu did approve of this plan. They're going to talk about right here that they're going to meet up and talk about it, get a cabinet approval, whatever. It has been reported that Netanyahu has approved of these plans to occupy Gaza.
Fox News alert. The Israeli Security Cabinet meeting today after Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu reportedly approved a plan to occupy the Gaza Strip.
A source telling a prominent Israeli journalist, quote, Hamas will not release hostages without total surrender. If we do not operate now, the hostages will die of starvation and Gaza will stay under Hamas control. The mandate for a deal was broad, but we did not get agreement, so we will go for occupation. Dov Hikind is the founder of Americans Against Anti-Semitism, and he joins us now. Dov, good morning to you. So right now...
Okay, dude. This guy is just going to ramble on about how much Hamas needs to be stroked, essentially.
The IDF controls 75% of the Gaza Strip under this new plan.
And real quick, we got Gary. Got to shout out my man, Gary, as well as Brother Steve Posey. Good morning to you guys. Good to see you. Happy Topless Taco Tuesday. And Papa Penguin says those folks ain't coming out alive. At this point, how much pressure there is right now that there's basically no negotiations anymore with Hamas. That's being talked about right here, right now. You'll see by the end of this that there is no more communication, basically. I don't even think there's any bit of diplomacy left in this ordeal. I think they're going to go in and occupy 100% of it. And unfortunately, the people that are hostages, that are alive, it's going to be hard for them to survive it. That's just fact. It's unfortunate. We got Peaches in here as well as Wolfheim. Good to see you, my man. Always appreciate you. Good to see you, by the way. Good morning, good afternoon to you over there.
The prime minister reportedly approved. They would go for the whole thing. They would occupy the entire strip, including areas where the hostages are being held, which could put them in danger. So there is a lot to consider here. This plan does need approval of the cabinet. Do you think it will get approved? And if so, is this the right move?
I believe, first of all, good morning and thanks for having me. I believe it will be approved by the cabinet. And Israel really has absolutely no choice. There was a deal on the table. Israel was prepared to make concessions to get back some.
What's the TC? I'm covering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different stories today. What are you talking about, my man? Brother Code, good to see you, by the way. Always appreciate you. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning. Your topless Taco Tuesday morning.
Some of the hostages and Hamas, with the support that it is getting from radicals all over the world, they believe they're winning. They believe that their plan, what they are demanding.
What's up, Miss Lotus? Good morning to you over there in Florida. Good to see you.
That they be able to keep their weapons and that they continue to control Gaza into the future. That's impossible. That can never happen. The leaders of Hamas just a couple of days ago said, applauded what happened on October 7th and said, we will do it again and again.
Yeah, that is true. They did do that.
And we can believe Hamas when they say that. So Israel really has no choice. I wish they would just finish the job.
I knew he was going to say that shit right there.
Oh, shit! Oh, shit! The job that they started a long time ago. Do whatever they can to bring the hostages home. And most important is to destroy this Nazi organization, Hamas. Remove them from power in Gaza. And that is the only solution. Hamas thinks they're winning. They're running the show. They want Israel to release hundreds of terrorists who have murdered hundreds of Israelis and so on and so forth.
The move for a full military occupation was reportedly made without the input of the Israeli military chief. The IDF has previously also been against a full occupation because of fear, to Carly's point earlier, that hostages would be killed. Does any of that give you pause?
Real quick, we got Brother Code coming in with the $5 super sticker. My man. Thank you very much for making it rain on us, kind sir. Good to see you as well, man. Appreciate you as always. Stick around. I think you were talking about Texas. I think you meant to put TX in your comment. I am going to be covering the whole ordeal regarding the new House maps and what's happening on the dispute of these Democrats leaving Texas. And we have not only the story of that, and then we have the most updated story, which was only about an hour ago. So we have it all ready to go.
Stove.
Appreciate you, by the way.
Of course, we are concerned. There's no question about that. But the Prime Minister of Israel represents the country and the future of the country. Look, I would not want to be in the shoes of the Prime Minister of Israel and the choices that he needs to make for the future of the people of Israel. We don't want to see what happened on.
Wow, it just happens to be 666 days since the hostages were taken. Wow. So hostages still in Hamas captivity after 666 days. 50 hostages, 20 may be alive, 30 are confirmed dead, however.
October 7th happen again. And if Hamas remains in power, and that's what will happen if we follow the French and the English and the rest of the world who are talking about ceasefire. What does ceasefire mean? It means victory for Hamas. And that...
What's up, Brother Lee? Good morning. Good morning. Good to see you.
Cannot happen.
And the latest message out of the Trump administration is that they want an all or nothing deal. Trump Witkoff said now believes that everyone should come home at once, no piecemeal deal. So we will see if there is still room for diplomacy.
Definitely not. I think they're following through with a plan that they wanted to do. I mean, at this point, I think they wanted to have no more diplomatic ways, or now it's just destroy and take over and occupy.
Americans Against Anti-Semitism founder Dov Hikind.
What's up, neighbor guy? Good morning.
I'm Steve Doocy.
All right.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
Now, and I'm Mike Ball. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and give you guys some live images here. Just came out, so of course I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. But before we do, we got Bree Rodriguez dropping it like it's hot. Let's go. Man, I very much appreciate you guys. Thank you, Bree. By the way, not only helping me, but you're helping 5 people in the Breakfast Club, man. That's freaking awesome. Thank you very, very much for the contribution to the channel. Helps out immensely. Anyways, let's go ahead and now bring this up. This is live image. Well, not actually live image. I should take that back. This was live, I guess, an hour ago, put together an hour ago. It's only 40 seconds, but I did want to show what Reuters, however you say it, is reporting. Quote, "It is not enough. Palestinians scramble for aid in Gaza." Jesus, what fucking
They are providing
chaos.
us with aid drops. It is true that the trucks enter, but it is not enough. It is really not enough. People are hungry. I've been coming here for 2.5 weeks and I swear I haven't left with a single bag.
That is fucking chaos.
We are hungry people, dead people, the walking dead. We came here for death when we just want to eat. All we want is to have aid through the agency, through the United Nations. This way doesn't work. We want to eat like human beings.
Yeah, that's brutal. Brutal to say the least. All right, something that isn't in the mainstream yet. It was being reported, I believe. Let me go ahead and get it up. It's being reported by Times News. I have Russia attacks railway hub in Kharkiv region with 34 drones over there in Ukraine. So regarding Russia, Ukraine. Let's go ahead and bring this up. And this is live image. It's only a minute, but this hasn't hit the mainstream media yet, quite yet. This is the live images an hour ago. Big attack last night. So 34 drones were used. The main building of the train station and depot were hit. So brother, so loud? My man, good to see you, by the way.
9 людей отримали поранення. Одна людина, чоловік загинув на місці, жінка загинула вже безпосередньо, померла в лікарні від
It says 9 people were injured. 1 man died on the spot, and 1 woman died in the hospital due to her injuries. Man, that's terrible.
отриманих травм.
Some parts of the region were left without power and water, of course. Well, got smoked on that one, that's for damn sure. Just off of drones. You don't even need to have people boots in the ground and all that shit. Just drones being thrown around. It's insane. Real quick, maybe, just maybe.
Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate. Maybe you need to donate some freaking money. Donate some freaking.
Shit. All right. Next up. The new House maps regarding Texas spark political dispute in Texas as the Democrats over there leave and flee the state. So they fled to New York, Chicago, and there's one other city, but I don't want to just say a random city. I know those two for sure, but there was a third. Just can't remember exactly what it was. Anyways, this is a little update from basically last night, and then I have an update this morning just as of an hour ago. So we're going to go ahead and hear a little bit of this and get a little bit of the context before we get the complete updated just as of an hour ago news.
Let's get you up to speed, though, on this story. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen with more.
Democrats in the Texas legislature are fleeing the state. It's a last-ditch effort to stall a vote on a new congressional map that effectively hands over 5 seats to Republicans ahead of next year's midterms.
Our duty is to use whatever parliamentary tools are available to us, and breaking a quorum is one of those tools.
The new map has the support of Texas Governor Greg Abbott and President
Trump.
What's
up, brother SNS? Good to see you, by the way. Good morning.
Who argue the state's demographics have changed, and the new districts are areas that voted for Trump.
Democrats don't actually have a problem with redistricting and redrawing maps to maximize partisan political advantage. They just have a problem when Republicans do it.
Texas Democrats have traveled to blue states like Illinois and New York in the meantime and argue Abbott does not have the authority to
Well, I was correct on both of those, Chicago and New York. I was correct.
Charge them. The governor says the state lawmakers will be fined $500 each day they delay the vote, and they could even be removed from office.
To run to states like New York and Illinois to protest redistricting is kind of like running to Wisconsin to protest cheese. It's just kind of outrageous.
The gerrymandering debate now has other governors threatening to redraw their lines.
They're leaving us
Be
no
safe
choice.
out there, Brother Lee.
We must do the same.
Redistricting usually happens every decade in response to census results, but some states can choose to do it more often than that. In New York.
I hate this guy. He goes, Fox News.
Connor Hansen, Fox News.
He didn't really prolong it this time, but man, I hate that. We got 13 up in the building. Good morning to you, kind sir. Good to see you on a Topless Taco Tuesday like this.
Connor, thanks so much. So putting this letter up, Governor Greg Abbott sent there, saying he will remove from office any Democrats that do not show up tomorrow. I want to bring into the conversation right now someone who's covering all of this there. He's a senior reporter at The Texan. Brad Johnson joins me. Brad, thanks for being with us here. I would imagine it's been a busy weekend for you. So let's get right to it. That threat from Abbott, how serious is it?
Well, I think he's serious about exploring the opportunity, but this is something that hasn't been tried before, and it would be totally uncharted territory. And
I even heard that last night he threatened Abbott or whatever. He threatened, if you're not here, we're going to put a warrant out for your arrest. But here's the thing. It's not on a criminal thing. It'd be on a civil. How does that work? How does that work? You know what I mean? You can just arrest, and I just don't understand how that works. But anyways, that's a little side note. I'm not really sure of that. That's why I haven't really said much about that. That just happened, though, last night. Or yesterday or something like that. But I haven't just talked about it like that because I really don't have all the context. We may have the update as of an hour ago, though. So we'll watch it together, though.
So you would have to have, on the vacate part, you'd have to have a court, maybe the Texas Supreme Court, decide that, the definition of vacate includes.
That's what I don't understand that, Naomi. I don't know.
Fleeing the state even while they're still occupying their seats while doing so. It's a novel theory, and if we're going to see it tested out, this is going to be it. But I think the governor is serious about trying. I'm just not sure that the facts are on his side when we see push come to shove legally.
What about Texas State?
On a legal standpoint, can you just get away with that? Maybe. I don't know. We're going to go ahead and move on, though, because we don't need his complete analysis. We have the update. I just want to have you guys have a little context of what's happening from yesterday. But we're actually going to shift our focus and come back to the Texas ordeal. We're going to come back to that. We're going to finish off 2 other stories, and then we'll get into Texas with the most updated context there. So we're going to go into one of the main topics that we have right here titled Russian Oil Causes Strain on U.S. and India. This will make it very interesting, not only because of a funding of a certain war, but also supporting BRICS nations by buying oil from Russia. That means they're using BRICS currency. That's exactly, so there's just like a double whammy here. We're going to go ahead and see how this is going to work out. Let me go ahead and pull this up so I can present it live for you guys. Bam. All right.
And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft. All right, let's, like I said before the break, keep it moving with more of these top international headlines, especially when it comes to the war in Ukraine. President Trump going after Russian President Vladimir Putin on Truth Social over the weekend. This, as some of the back and forth continues between the United States and India.
What's up,
remember those Indian purchases of Russian oil. The U.S. now going to levy a 25% tariff on India over some of those very purchases here. Fox News correspondent Jennifer Griffin has more from the Pentagon. Let's listen.
Days after President Trump ordered 2 U.S.
Damn, that thing looks crazy.
Nuclear-armed submarines to position themselves toward Russia in response to a veiled threat from Russia's former president. China and Russia began pre-planned artillery and anti-submarine drills near Vladivostok in the Sea of Japan. It's the first time China has deployed a submarine to a port in Russia. Russia and China have nuclear-powered submarines capable of firing nuclear weapons, but sent diesel-powered subs to participate in the drills. On Sunday, President Trump was asked if the 2 American submarines had deployed.
They are in the region, yeah, where they have to be.
U.S. nuclear submarines are deployed in the Atlantic and the Pacific.
That's right. Shit, real quick. I gotta stop the whole show because I gotta tell you guys, listen, I don't force you guys or tell you guys that you have to send in money or anything, but you guys do gotta hit that like button, man. Get the likes up. Come on, man. I very much appreciate it.
At all times, China's Navy is expanding its reach, potentially culminating in a submarine showdown near Taiwan. A recent war game conducted by the Center for Strategic and International Studies revealed a Chinese blockade could slash Taiwan's electricity to a mere 20%, shutting down critical industries like chip manufacturing, shaking the global economy. Seth Jones played China in the recent game.
Did not have as many nuclear-powered attack submarines, did not have a lot of ability to conduct anti-submarine warfare, so it was fairly blind in understanding what the U.S. was doing subsurface.
A vulnerability the U.S. and Taiwan can exploit. The U.S. Navy has dozens of nuclear-powered submarines. 14 are capable of carrying nuclear weapons. Each Ohio-class sub can carry 20 Trident ballistic missiles with 8 nuclear warheads each, meaning one American Ohio-class nuclear submarine could strike 160 cities at once. At the Pentagon, Jennifer Griffin, Fox News.
Jennifer, thanks so much. So this was the latest message from Trump there on Truth Social saying this to India, that India is not only buying massive amounts of Russian oil, they are then, for much of the oil purchased, selling it on the open market for big profits, saying they don't care how many people in Ukraine are being killed by the Russian war machine. Because of this, I will be substantially raising the tariff paid by India.
Real quick, I got to stop the show, man. We got a Cash App that I got to call out. We got my man, Junkyard, coming in hot with the $5 spot, saying, much love and respect. Keep doing you. We live, baby. Yes, sir. My man. I very much appreciate you. Yeah, it sent your message, cuh. Oh, in the chat, I see what you're saying on the YouTube side. But great to see you, my man. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning, kind sir. Great to see you.
India to the USA. Thank you for your attention to this matter here. So let's talk about all of this with our friends and colleagues there at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, retired Rear Admiral Mark Montgomery. He joins me. Mark, so good of you to be with us here. Hope you had a good weekend. I guess I got to ask this. We can get to the positioning.
This guy right here, by the way, is like super apologist for Ukraine. Just FYI.
Of those nuclear-powered submarines.
We've heard from them before. That's why I know that.
What was their response? Is India going to keep buying Russian oil or no? Are they going to absorb the tariff, 25%? And Mark, I think you might be muted there.
Shit.
I think India's been inconsistent on this, which is to say the initial reporting about 3 days ago was that they were going to stop the purchases. Then yesterday, the Indian ministry said they were going to continue the purchases. And then this morning it came out.
Real quick, Robert Demina, my man, good morning. Great to see you. And we've been very blessed this morning. We have some very generous people donating out some gifted memberships. And we got Gorilla Biscuits that was sent out 2. We got Carney that sent out 1. Let's see, Papa Penguin gifting out 5, as well as Bree Rodriguez gifting out 5. Man, it's been awesome. So I couldn't tell you which one exactly it was.
That it's in between. I think Modi is Prime Minister Modi of India is trying to figure out where Trump really sits on this. You know, Trump in the past has made threats that he did not carry through on in regard to these kind of large scale tariffs, and so I think he's probably keeping his cards close to his chest while he waits to see how this talk between Steve Witkoff and President Putin or his team go over the next 2 to 3 days.
So why does, I guess, India rely so heavily on Russian oil? Is it cheap? Is it discounted? Could they look for it elsewhere?
Absolutely, that's the reason. You're right on. It's money. Modi's number one goal is to drive the Indian economy, their GDP growth and low cost of energy per unit, right? That they get from buying discounted Russian shadow fleet oil makes their commodities less expensive on the international market. So India's benefits is, and President Trump had it just right. India profits on the back.
Well, now it's going to become a big political thing for sure. There's going to be force. Hey, you need to stop funding. Basically, Trump's going to, he probably already has said it, but guaranteeing you, like, he's going to come out, if he hasn't already, go, India, why you supporting a war like this? And now it's going to become super politicized, and hopefully India actually steps away from Russia as a reliant source of energy and uses somebody else, such as ourselves or whatever, not our own oil, but through our currency anyways. It's going to be politics all over the fucking place. It's just like this nonstop. The environment's always radical. But I did put a poll up in the chat for you guys. I'd like you guys to participate. Is Putin's oil going to cause war with us here in the United States? So let me know your guys' thoughts by the vote. You guys it doesn't take your name down or anything like that. I just want to be able to have a general consensus of what you guys think.
Of Ukrainian sacrifice. And so President Trump may hold them accountable.
So, Mark, the Associated Press calls this a hiccup in U.S.-India relations. They say that Trump slapping 25% tariffs on India as well as an unspecified penalty. What might that penalty be? I want to go back to the previous question I asked you. I mean, it just seems like India is going to go along and absorb this. It's not going to have the intended effect, or will it?
No, I think it will. If the president actually applies extra penalty, extra tariff percentages, I think Modi will back off of this, because then as you mentioned earlier, there's this slight discount, right? That slight discount will be more than lost in the tariffing. So my gut reaction is that if President Trump demonstrates that he's serious about this, Prime Minister Modi will back off, and China will not be buying this shadow fleet Russian fossil fuels.
So, Mark, you alluded to this first, U.S. Special Envoy.
It doesn't make it any. I mean, it's all BRICS, man. You know what I mean? It's all BRICS. Hopefully, within BRICS itself, we can start seeing these bigger countries, such as India, as an example, break off from BRICS and their BRIC alliance and side with someone like us. But the unfortunate part about our money, this is now that there's competition. There wasn't competition before BRICS, like this at all. They were forced to play by a certain, deal with us back then before they had competition. Now, if we put a whole bunch of sanctions and a whole bunch of shit, they're just like, well, we'll just go over here where we don't have sanctions and we can use our money and blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of rough, definitely.
Steve Witkoff will meet with Putin later this week. This after President Trump made that announcement this past weekend about the positioning of 2 of these nuclear submarines there. Now, where are those submarines going? Is that going to be leverage for Witkoff going into this meeting with Putin, do you think?
Well, it really depends what kind of submarines are. Jennifer Griffin, I think, postulated properly that they're ballistic missile submarines.
Okay.
If so, they can operate anywhere. Their ability to hold Russian cities at risk is pretty much as they exit port in either Georgia or Washington State. So I think that moving them was more President Trump doing a little bit of nuclear rhetoric or a little bit of flexing about U.S. capabilities and capacity, and reminding former President Medvedev, to stop hassling or stop mocking the president for his moves against Russia. So I think these submarines will be somewhere off the coast. I think they probably are SSBNs, and we do slight surges for training purposes every year. This can count as their training surge as they go out.
So, Mark, there was a term Trump used in that post on Truth Social, the Russian war machine.
I don't need to hear about any of that. We'll go ahead and skip on after that. We got enough info. we're going to go ahead and bring us into now, as of 4 hours ago, there was a registered sex offender accused of groping a teen on a Spirit flight from Indianapolis to Orlando. I have this story right here. I believe that they got him right as the plane landed, of course. So let's go ahead and figure out what the fuck is going on
6:44 here on the East Coast. Welcome back to Live Now from Fox. Turning to a disturbing story, I will say viewer discretion is advised as some of the information may be difficult to hear. We are learning this Tuesday a registered sex offender from Indiana is accused of groping a 17-year-old girl on a Spirit flight. The plane was heading to the Sunshine State, Orlando, coming from Indianapolis last week. We want to check in now with Fox 35 Orlando's Marley Capper. She joins us live.
Happened last week? Are you serious? It happened last week? Well, we have the actual full story right here, which is great. It looks like it's pre-recorded. Interesting. I thought this happened just today or something like that, but this is interesting.
MCO this morning.
Guess it happened a week
Marley,
ago.
good morning to you. What else do we know?
Just being talked about now, though.
Janae, this is really disturbing. Good morning to you. But investigators say that this all started after she had asked the person sitting next to her if she could take a picture out of the window. Take a look on your screen of the video of the picture we have of
Oh
this
my
suspect.
God, look at that dude.
This man.
Look at that dude. Holy fuck, dude. Oh my God.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit!
They all kind of have a look, don't they? Those creepy motherfuckers, those groping weird fucks. They all look the same, don't they?
And John Fowler asked if she could send him that photo, and officials say it several times during the flight. The girl kept having to move his hand away from her, and at one point she even woke up to find Fowler touching her inappropriately. She then screamed until a flight attendant moved.
Oh man, absolutely, Junkyard. We'll see you on the flip side. Always appreciate you. Hopefully you enjoy your Topless Taco Tuesday, my man.
Moved her to the front of the plane. Now, we do have a statement from Spirit Airlines saying, quote, safety is our top priority and we have a zero tolerance for this behavior as alleged. The allegations are serious and we will provide any necessary assistance to law enforcement in their investigation. Additionally, this individual is no longer welcome on any of our flights. Now, we do...
Real quick, we got chatting with Stacks, my man. The man, the myth, the legend. Great to see you. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning as well.
We know that Fowler was arrested. We are still learning more about if he is bonded out or not. So we'll bring those updates to you. But Janae, I was looking at this morning at this story, and there's actually...
Dude, I'm like thinking to myself, how do homeless people get onto fucking airplanes? You know what I mean? Like, how do you have enough money to be buying an air... I mean, I guess Spirit makes it real affordable, or something. I don't know. That's crazy.
A similar instance that happened out of Seattle, Washington. Another Fox O&O reported that a man going from California to Seattle had groped a teenager on that flight too. That person was arrested and he ended up having to register as a sex offender himself. And that happened in February. So just a few months apart, two instances of grown men groping teens on a plane. We don't want to scare anybody, of course, but we want to make sure that people are being safe and aware of their surroundings when getting on a plane, especially if you're a young...
What's up, Hardwire, my man? Great to see you.
Traveling by yourself. Janae?
Yeah, Marley, thank you so much for providing that context. And before you go, we're also hearing that this guy might have been causing disturbances before he even got on the flight, maybe.
Let me go ahead and garnish a whole bunch of tension to myself before I start groping fucking teens. This is crazy. Man. Sometimes I really, really hate people. That's one thing that really fucking grinds my gears. That whole sexual, especially with like just anything under 18, really. I mean, it's one thing if you got a 16-year-old dating an 18-year-old or something like that. That's different. But all this different sex, weird fucking crime, all that shit, man. I just don't understand it.
As they were boarding, making allegations of possibly doing something if he wasn't satisfied with the flight. Have you heard anything
Brother
about
Bob?
that?
Good morning.
Yeah, I haven't heard too much about that this morning, but we do know that, people can be disgruntled when they go onto a flight. I'm not sure if it was known at the time that this guy in this situation was a registered sex offender. I'm not sure of the circumstances.
So He's already a registered sex offender, like they showed on the title here. Confirmed. Registered sex offender is out there groping fucking... like, how is this bitch... how is this dude not locked up? Obviously, he can't control himself. And the guy's not... we're not talking some kid. This guy looked like he was like in his 60s or 70s or something.
Of like his state of being before going on to the flight. But you know, you don't always know with people because again, if it's an early morning flight or you know, it could be one of the budget airlines, that's when you kind of tend to see a little bit more of an unruly passenger. So we don't know the exact specifics of this man that is alleged.
Well, you're going on Spirit. I don't advise going on Spirit.
To have done this.
I wouldn't get on a Spirit flight. That's not what I'm buying. You know what I mean? I'm just going to be straight up honest with you guys. That's not what I would buy. I wouldn't be comfortable flying on Spirit.
But I'm just praying for the teen in this situation and hoping that she's okay, because obviously this was really disturbing, a very scary situation to happen, especially, you know, if it was a teen who was traveling by herself. So definitely thinking about her this morning.
Yeah. United, Delta, Southwest even, like, those are great flights.
Absolutely, definitely
Airlines.
keeping her in our prayers, the alleged victim in this incident. Fox 35 Orlando's Marley Capper, thank you so much for providing the latest updates. We'll be checking back in with you and your team for any...
So, let's go ahead and move on into now the final ordeal here, all right? And Brother Steve, we'll see you on the flip side. Hopefully you enjoy the rest of your day. All right, so regarding the Texas redistricting standoff continues. This is as of an hour ago. So let's go ahead and bring this up and present this to you guys.
908 on the East Coast, 608 in the morning over on the West.
And it's only a 2-minute update. So this is our, let me make sure this might be one of our last, unfortunately, it might be one of our last stories this morning. We pushed through real fucking quick this morning, which is awesome. I like doing that shit. But I'm going to go on to and make sure that there's nothing else going on. Oh, there is something going on, so there is going to be one more story after this. All right, I got it.
Coast. Let's go back to one of the biggest stories from this week, and that is this battle between Texas Governor Greg Abbott and also some of those House Democratic lawmakers, and the fact that they have left the state of Texas as the government there is trying to work on these new redistricting laws. For the latest on everything that has gone down, let's head to this report, courtesy of Fox News correspondent Doug Lusader.
This is quickly becoming a national fight now with big implications for the upcoming midterm elections, and this could determine which...
Be safe out there, Brother Frank. We'll see you on the flip side as well.
...party wins control.
See you tomorrow morning.
Empty seats at the State House in Texas, with state Democrats there now on the run.
If one side is intent on cheating, then the other side has to respond.
The Democrats in Texas are trying to deny a quorum to Republicans to block legislative action to redraw congressional seats there and potentially add 5 Republicans to Congress. They have fled to states like Illinois, Massachusetts, and New York, and some of those Democratic governors are threatening redistricting their own states to fight back.
Now I have news flash for Republicans in Texas. This is no longer the Wild West. We're not going to tolerate our democracy being stolen in a modern-day stagecoach hoist by a bunch of law-breaking cowboys.
And with Republicans now barely
damage.
Just had to do it.
In control of the U.S. House, any changes in any states could swing the outcome of the 2026 elections. And Texas's governor says Republicans are simply responding to what Democrats have done in other states.
Democrats are freaking out about it, engaging in rhetoric, but I don't think they have the capability of actually living up to it and doing anything about it. Texas will continue to fight for what is right, and that's exactly what we are doing.
The Texas House has issued civil arrest warrants for lawmakers that have fled the state, but they can't...
See the warrants? Hold on. Let me back this up like I told you guys what I heard about.
The Texas House has issued civil arrest warrants for...
Civil arrest warrants. How does that work? That's such bullshit, man, because it's not going to do anything.
Lawmakers that have fled the state, but they can't reach across state lines to bring them home. In Washington.
Oh, wow. They can't, they don't have jurisdiction over there. You know what I mean? Interesting. Okay, so as of 37 minutes ago, we have an update Clinton's subpoenaed in House Oversight's Epstein probe. This is our final story for the morning. Our most updated. Let's go and break. This is breaking news.
Breaking news regarding the entire case against Jeffrey Epstein. Take a look at this. A post on X from the Associated Press. Breaking: the House Oversight Panel issues subpoenas for Jeffrey Epstein files and depositions with Bill Clinton and other former officials. Continuing on with some more of that breaking news reporting as I bring up some footage here of the late and disgraced financier here, Jeffrey Epstein. So the Republican-controlled committee also issued subpoenas there and depositions for 8 former top law enforcement officials, including their former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. The committee's actions show how even with lawmakers away from Washington on a month-long break, interest in the Epstein files is still running high. President Trump has repeatedly tried to move past the Justice Department's decision not to release a full accounting of the investigation. But lawmakers from both major political parties, as well as many in the Republican president's political base, have refused to let it go. Since Epstein's 2019 death in the New York City jail cell as he awaited trial for sex trafficking charges, conservative conspiracists have stoked theories about what information investigators gathered on Epstein. Now, Republican lawmakers on the House Oversight Committee nodded to that line of questioning last month by initiating the subpoenas for the Clintons, both Democrats, as well as demanding all communications between President Biden's Democratic administration.
Shit. The guy that's replacing my windshield just showed up just now. I got the text message that he's showing up. I'm going to finish this up real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and end this. This
and
perfect
the
timing,
Justice
though.
Department regarding Epstein. The committee is also demanding interviews under oath from former attorneys general spanning the last 3 presidential administrations. It was Democrats, however, though, who sparked the move to subpoena the Justice Department for its files on Epstein. They were joined by some Republicans to successfully initiate the subpoena through a subcommittee of the House Oversight Committee. That committee had previously issued a subpoena for an interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, that's Epstein's former girlfriend, who had been serving a prison sentence in Florida for luring teenage girls to be sexually abused by the wealthy financier, but it was recently transferred to a Texas facility. However, the committee's Republican chairman, Representative James Comer, has indicated he is willing to delay that deposition until after the Supreme Court decides whether to hear an appeal for her conviction. Maxwell argues she was wrongfully prosecuted. Speaking of Representative Comer, taking a look here, also a post on X, in which he details everyone that has been subpoenaed by the House Oversight Committee there, listing them out as a former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, former President Bill Clinton, former U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland, former FBI Director James Comey, former U.S. Attorney General William Barr, former U.S. Attorney General Alberto Gonzalez, former U.S.
So these are what the committee, the Oversight Committee, is compelling the following individuals to appear for depositions through issued subpoenas.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions, former FBI Director Robert Mueller, and then 2 more former Attorneys Generals, Loretta Lynch and Eric Holder. So we are following the story very closely.
I don't know what compelling means, like by law or like we're just telling you have to show up. I don't know that part. We'll find out later on that for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, I can't thank you all enough for making these very shows happen. I can't do this shit without you guys. I'm very blessed and honored by that. Make sure you guys stick around, by the way. We're going to be raiding our buddy Black Dragon. He's live right now. So make sure you let him know that we're coming through with the Mike Ball raid. But listen, we'll see you guys tomorrow morning for more of the World's Madness. Until then, hopefully you guys enjoy your Topless Taco Tuesday. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. And God bless everyone. Much love, honor, respect.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges, a host with a fire burning.